Live, we are making chicken patties and tiramisu. I was gonna box, but that didn't end up happening. I had some family that was still here, so instead I ended up kind of going to breakfast, and then they were using a golf simulator, so I went to the range, met a range safety officer there. That was pretty nice, but my spread was pretty good. I haven't gone in like a month or so. I've been a little sick previously for like, I got sick like a month ago, and then after that I kind of had like I don't know, just felt like staying in doing other stuff. So right now I am cooking dinner because after breakfast I was really full, and now we're just kind of chilling here. But this is parsley. I've never actually used and cut up parsley. Can I just like cut the leaves off? Do you use the stems? I don't know. I don't think I want the stems. So if you are a chef and know how to cook, then you may come to this stream and be very discombobulated by what is happening. Like, I don't think you use the stems, but yeah. And after I make the food, which the graham cracker tiramisu is actually like a really good recipe that I got from, well, okay, originally I made this before, and it actually turns out kind of like a cake, but basically what it is it's layers of graham cracker with, which they use ladyfingers, so it's like a cookie, it's a soft cookie. So honestly, it's not that different from a tiramisu, except obviously, like, compared to getting ladyfingers, graham crackers are a lot easier. And yeah, so right now I'm just chopping up some parsley leaves, and I'm gonna put it in these chicken patties. I like looked at some different things to use for a recipe that, okay, basically a while ago I picked up some Parmesan cheese because I was going to make risotto, but I realized I don't have risotto, like the rice that you use for risotto. I had couscous, and so I didn't end up using that Parmesan. Sorry. I also had my cousin's wedding last night, so I did not sleep that much, and so if my brain, I feel like every time I stream I'm like, sleep deprived, haven't slept enough, but I guess that's just life sometimes, right? So let us get this rolling. 1 second. Gonna get this on. Okay, and I think, do I need to open my own thing to see the chat and stuff? I don't know. I haven't recently been opening up my chat that much through the browser, so I'll set that up. But yeah, so basically, I am often sleep deprived, so I'm sorry. I'll try to stop saying that. But when I stop making sense, that is probably why. But yeah, I don't have a recipe for the ground chicken. Basically, or the chicken patties. I looked up some stuff, how to use Parmesan. I looked up some recipes, and I thought, I haven't really made ground patties before. God, chicken patties before. So basically, I can't open this. I looked up just some things to use up this Parmesan cheese, and that was the most interesting one to me, because I didn't really want to make like pasta or anything. So we are going to grate up most of this cheese. Maybe I'll do this. I'll like put a layer of cheese. I'll put this is hard. This stuff is hard. Let me see. This is not working. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got the cheese out. Should I use my left hand so it's a better... No, it's not really. You're just not going to be able to see a lot of the grinding process. Either side, right? I don't know. Here, let me move this. We are working out the system here, the setup. This, okay, this seems to be an alright angle. Okay, so we're gonna grate the cheese a little bit, and then we're gonna put some ground chicken in there. I have breadcrumbs, I have eggs, parsley, I always like to cook with cumin, so I'm gonna put some cumin in there. So we're gonna start with the chicken patties, and then when those are cooking, I just have an air fryer that I'm gonna put them in. Then we will, lovely raw ground chicken. Once they go in the air fryer, I'll work on the graham cracker tiramisu. I think you're supposed to use, not supposed to use panko breadcrumbs, but I'm a believer in just using what you have around the house. I use my panko breadcrumbs for basically like, and this is just some garlic that's already been pretty much mashed. But basically, yeah, I'm a strong believer in using what you have at home, even if it's slightly off, and it usually ends up okay. There's been like not too many instances where it's like, oh wow, that was a mistake, you know? So, I understand. The stream is laggy because the Ethernet's not plugged in. Hold on. I was wondering what's going on. It's like dropping frames and stuff like that. So let me grab this Ethernet cable. You can probably still hear me because I have my little mic that is kind of like a travel mic. What is going on here? This Ethernet cord is really long, so I just have to get it unstuck. It is stuck on my range bag. Okay. Yeah, when I went to the range today, I actually didn't have any of my stuff. I just had my pew-pews because I have like my CPL, and then we were talking about maybe leaving one in a work situation for somebody, but I ended up going to the range randomly, so I had to get like some earplugs and stuff from the range, which wasn't too bad. It was like $1.33. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. This is obviously not my normal streaming setup, so that should be better with having the Ethernet cord plugged in. I was really wondering what was going on. Sorry, excuse my... Okay, so hopefully this is better. Okay. Welcome in whoever's in here. I don't know, like I did tell some of my family members that I started streaming, but I don't know if I gave one like my YouTube, and then I got his YouTube, so maybe we'll like play some of his stuff, because he started basically playing music. Well, I don't know, he's probably been playing music, but he uploaded a YouTube video of him playing music. Sorry if this is like not fun to hear that, but I really don't want to touch this raw chicken with my bare nubs, so that is why. Man, the end of this Parmesan is like, ugh, the rind. Are you not supposed to use the rind? Hold on. Maybe I won't put that in there. Maybe I'll just try to eat it by itself. What do you think? But yeah, if it's family or Slay the Spire regulars, thanks for popping in. Obviously, feel free to lurk. But we are done with the bad internet connection, which I see is good. That is good. And let's see, I put breadcrumbs in here. I put Parmesan, parsley. Where did I put my eggies? So I don't know if I'm gonna use both eggs, but I have 2 eggs. We need to use these up anyways. Oh, my fingy went in it. Okay, just put that there. Why do you wipe it on my shirt? Okay, there's like a little towel right here. But yeah. Sorry for the plastic glove sounds, but I'm not touching this with my bare hands. You'll have to bear with me for a little bit longer. Okay. Some of these parsley pieces are a little big, but it'll have to do because they're already in there. And yeah, I'm just gonna use this ground chicken thing as a garbage for that. Yeah, why don't we put the other egg in, because it's like closer to room temperature than it would be if it was in the fridge, you know, because I brought it here while it was, no, I'm gonna get, no, okay, oh no, I put extra shell in there, okay, it happens, you know, you just pick it out, and if you get a piece in your food, then it is what it is. But yeah, there's some eggy down here. This is a unprofessional cooking stream, you know what I mean? So, we are just going with the vibes, just like the painting streams, you know? We're not too pressed over, okay, so I think now I'm just gonna use, let me get this out of your view, it's a little disgusting, but I'll just use a fork for the rest of mixing it. And then when it comes to the patties, I don't know, maybe I should have used those for the patties instead of this beginning part. It is fine. Yeah, so what do? We did, so this is obviously just cracked pepper. We did parsley, breadcrumbs, cumin. Sometimes I feel like, get in there, you stupid kernels. Let's see. I don't know if, oh cool, this cumin has been opened. It looked suspiciously, I love that smell. It looks suspiciously full. So yeah, this is more like cooking by heart. Usually things end up okay. I have heard from people that my cooking's pretty decent, so I can just kind of, that might have been too much parsley, but hey, more vegetables, am I right? I don't want to put in too much of this kosher salt, so I'm just gonna kind of like put in my hand first. And kosher salt, I probably could use like a different kind of salt, because this will have to kind of like dissolve into it because the chunks are so big, but it'll be fine. Let me see. And then some of those garlic pieces too were a little, like one was actually a whole piece of garlic, but it's like, you know, garlic mash situation in the fridge, so I just mushed it up with my finger, so it should be good enough. And like, honestly, eating whole pieces of garlic is not too bad too. Like, it's a little spicy, but if you dip it in some, it's like a Korean dip. It's called doenjang. It's like miso paste, if you know, like miso soup, but it's like a Korean version. But garlic, dip it in that, put it in a lettuce wrap with some meat, you know, eat it with some rice. It's pretty good. So this is what our patties are looking like. These will be, let me see, where should I make them? Should I just make them on this cutting board? I did clean this cutting board. Hold on. I have this whole block of cheese. I think I'm going to at least use this piece. I don't think it's too, like, you can have too much cheese in a Parmesan cheese in anything, right? It's like when you go to the restaurants and they're like, tell me when. And then the whole piece of cheese is left and they're like pretty much grating their nail beds into the pasta or soup or whatever you have. So Parmesan, I think, just adds a little nice kick of salty, and I don't know, like, if it's specifically, if I think of cheese, if I think Parmesan cheese, because cheesy, if I say cheesy, I kind of think of like nacho cheese for some reason. And like the rind, are you not supposed to do anything with this? Like, can I? This is really hard. I don't know if that's, I didn't buy this that long ago. I think it's just the outside, right? So there's our nice layer of Parmesan there. And we are going in. Where do I put these patties at? Think about that while I'm mixing her up. I think I'll just put them, no, I don't want to put it on the cutting board. I have some baby cutting boards down here. Maybe I'll use those. Because I really don't want to, like, be making the tiramisu situation over a, like, raw chicken, ground chicken situation. Okay, so I will bring the annoying noise back, just so we can, oh, these might be, hold on, I lied. We're gonna just use the rest of the crumbs because it's very wet. Like, I don't know if they're gonna be patties or soup. So, and it just looks dry like that because it needs to be mixed in. So we will attempt to do that without getting too much on the floor. Okay, we are. I think another thing, like, about cooking, when you use one specific hand, like, sometimes your muscles will be like so uneven because you are cooking and you use your dominant hand more, and your arm will be like way bigger on one side. So that is kind of I think the situation with me, my right side is so much bigger than my left side. I think that's mainly due to at work I carry a bag, and basically I carry it up some stairs. It's like a rolling bag, and it's pretty rough, man. Here, this will probably be easier. I didn't want to do this to you, but it's okay. I don't think anybody's really here, so. But we will be streaming this and then watching a Korean show. It's a really old Korean show. It's not a drama, but it's like a counseling session. I don't know. I tried to find one that was interesting, but I was starting to get hungry and starting to feel like maybe I should just start cooking. And so yeah, I just set this up, set it up wrong, you know, the Ethernet wasn't plugged in. Oops, but that is chill. But they're about an hour long show, and it's a like counseling session. Basically, they tell people whether their concerns are concerns and try to help people. If there's like multiple people that are a part of the story, then they will try to have people change, basically, you know. So here's one set, and then there's some parsley still on this, but that is okay. Okay. Promise the sounds of doom will be over very soon. And they did say to air fry if you're making chicken patties in the air fryer and they're homemade, then they want you to preheat the air fryer. So I'll do that now. I have it over here because basically the, let me see, I'll put it for 16 and then I'll try to throw it in around 12. But basically the homemade patties, if you have homemade patties, you want to put it in after you've preheated it for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then, I see, I'm gonna, kind of wipe this down. Maybe there's all like a little pieces of raw, I don't know what that was, like maybe it was a piece of raw garlic that came from the raw chicken situation. So I don't know, I'm gonna be careful about where I use that. I'm gonna go to the sink real quick and wash my hands. Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay. So in the recipe that I saw, the guy had mentioned that you should, sorry, I'm eating the rest of this Parmesan, the rind. Actually doesn't taste that bad, you know? But basically, he said chicken patties can be a little dry, so you can use like some milk. And I have heavy whipping cream, so I was gonna put some of that in. What I'll do, I'll put 4 in first. If they're dry, then I'll mix in the milk or the heavy whipping cream. But right now, I'm just gonna, instead of adding it now, I'll, sorry, my brain. I'm going to make the graham cracker situation. Okay. And I have myself a little drink here. So yeah, okay. So for this graham cracker tiramisu situation, and I don't know how bad you can hear that air fryer, but hopefully it's not too bad. But if you can hear the air fryer, then it is what it is. So with the graham cracker tiramisu, basically, instead of ladyfingers, you're using graham crackers. And I thought when I first tried it, it was a cake. I literally thought somebody had made like, you know, there's those really intricate layered cakes where it's almost like pancake layers when you see that how they make the cake. I thought it was that because it was delicious. And when she told me, oh, this is just graham crackers, like layered graham crackers, and you put like instant coffee and, you know, some cocoa, some condensed milk, that situation, I was like, what? It tastes so delicious. Let me get a bowl. Let me see if, yeah, why are you doing that? My little air fryer's rattling. But yeah, so we're gonna make the graham cracker tiramisu. I have some instant coffee, some sweet condensed milk. They didn't say anything about hazelnut. So like vanilla, instead of vanilla extract, I have hazelnut extract. So because I like hazelnut, I'm gonna be using that. But literally, you can make your instant coffee. That may or may not be like making too much, but yeah, I'm not really going based off a recipe. It's just, there are recipes online, but I think like as long as you have the right ingredients and you make it sugary enough, it is fine. Let me just get some hot water. Oh, we're out of hot water, but I think it's okay. I think regular water also will dissolve the coffee flakes. It's just, it'll take a little longer. So, yeah, I'm just gonna melt the instant coffee. And you can already see it's almost already dissolved. So when they say instant coffee, they mean instant. Yeah, I think like in Korea, they have little instant coffees where they have all the cream and sugar already in there, and you can actually just mix it into a bottle of water. And that's really convenient, just because, you know, if you have like a water bottle and you drink, I'd say probably like at least a third of the water, but probably at least half would be good to where it would taste good. Then you'll have a decent coffee there, and you could just have like a kind of like a cold coffee. So if you want to try your own, the instant, I mean, this isn't the best coffee, but for like something like this, it's going to be your best bet, because the flavor of the instant coffee is actually not as harsh or acidic as regular coffee if you were to make like this from coffee grounds. So I'm just going to take another spoon and taste this. I mean, I don't think like the only people who would potentially be eating this besides me is like my family, so I don't think they'd really care, but okay. So what I need to do, so you make your instant coffee and then you add sweet condensed milk. So I need to find a bigger vessel. Okay, hold on. But yeah, this recipe is super easy, and there's a lot of them online for the tiramisu graham cracker situation. Ooh, 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to kind of move this back. Okay, I think we can put our patties in. So we have 4 chicken patties, and I will be putting them in the air fryer. Let's see. They say to have the air fryer preheat, and then let me grab one of my gloves. So I preheated the air fryer for 4 minutes. And that's, you can hear it sizzling kind of if you listen after my glove. So let me put my glove away. So then my patties are in here. There's a little bit of leftover something in there, but it's not a big deal. It's not burnt or anything. So they say that they take about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm just gonna put it on 15. I'm not too worried about it drying out, but I'll flip it in about 7 minutes. So right now, I'm going to pour some coffee in here and then pour, so this is the instant coffee that we have, and then we have the sweet condensed milk, and we're just gonna add some of that in there. I just poked a hole in the top, you know, and I'll probably just start with about half a can. But this dessert's really good. So this is just, you gotta try to mix it together. They're like a little bit different, you know, viscosities, I guess. So here is what it's starting to look like. And this is just gonna go, you could do it one of two ways. You can dip the graham crackers and basically soak them, or you could just pour it on top. Last time I soaked them, and you know, it turned out well, and I'm just gonna rinse this spoon off so I can taste it. It's just going to be my family eating it, so it's not a super big deal, but I will rinse it. Okay, cool. That tastes delicious. Even though it's instant coffee, when you first taste the instant coffee by itself, it might taste really acidic. But that's simply because, like, a lot of times when you have instant coffee, even though, like, it will be, basically, it's better if you add stuff like creamer and sugar. So it's not usually the best to drink by itself, but when you add things to it, it is actually less harsh than regular coffee. So it has like a light coffee flavor with, you know, it's very sweet too. So normally you would dunk them. I don't know if I want to soak them. It just takes a little bit of time, which, you know, I have, but at the same time, maybe I do the pour situation, and I think it'll be okay. So if you want to make sure that your graham crackers get like nice and soft, you can pretty much put as like dunk these into, I would need a bigger vessel than this, but basically right now I need to, let's see, I need to make this kind of equal. So let's see, can I, these don't really, later on I can use a half, but at the bottom it's a little less forgiving because the bowl kind of cants upwards. But so the bottom, do I care that it's not perfect? Not really. Ultimately, if there's like a little bit missing or it's not perfectly even, it's going in my tummy. I'm not selling these. I'm just literally gonna be eating it as a treat. So it does not matter that much. And if you want, like, I'm like trying my best to kind of fill in the space. I'll turn it so you can see. But it doesn't really matter. It's all gonna, it'll work out, you know. This obviously is a graham cracker creation, so I'm not too pressed about it. Yeah, so we have our chicken patties on 11 minutes, so I'm gonna flip them in a moment. If you want, you can soak your graham crackers this time, because I did that last time and it turned out really good. I'm just gonna pour over, because after this, like soaking layer, you also put a whipped cream layer over it. So it's not like it's going to, be super crunchy and dry. Like there's gonna be more liquid. So, which I will have to make the kind of like whipped cream layer also. So that's why I have this little blender here, or hand mixer, I mean. But yeah, I'm literally just, I might as well just do this. Literally just pouring it over, and then that will soak it in while I make this. I'm just going all around. I don't think it really matters. I think it'll soak it up from the bottom. I need to make whipped cream, and for this, because I'm probably gonna end up using this whole can of condensed milk, so I'm not going to mix in any sugar with my whipping cream. I'm just gonna simply like make whipped cream. Oh, hold on, they want me to turn the patties. Do I have a flipper, my jigger? This'll do. Oh, these are looking pretty, okay. These look pretty good. I will show you after. And I put them in for 15. Honestly, I might just turn the time down. Now, if I put it in for 15, it told me to flip it at 9. I'll put it in for 6 more minutes instead. It was at 9, so I'll just reduce it by 3. But basically, I don't know the color, if you're gonna have really great color if you only use the air fryer. I have that issue with, I make tonkatsu, like katsu, pork cutlets, whatever you want to call it. And basically, they turn out really like light, because the breadcrumbs don't get browned like they would in a fryer. But it's so much healthier that I'm like, do I care if my like my pork cutlets come out kind of pale? I don't really care. It tastes great, and I'm missing all of that extra fat and like things from the grease. Yeah, this recently was used for some flour, and I didn't clean it up, but hopefully this won't be too, there might be too many noises happening, but hopefully not too bad. Ooh. So, it might be too many noises. Maybe I can shield you. The mic is here, but now do I sound really loud? But we will just whip this up and make a mess, clearly, until it becomes a little thick. And it doesn't have to become like whipped cream, like super like high peaks or anything, simply because most of it is going to be a layer in the middle. So, you know, if the graham crackers, and you can kind of see the graham crackers start to get kind of soft at the edges. Oh, I'm so sorry. This noise is crazy. But yeah, basically we're gonna mix some cocoa into here too. And this will add like the chocolate flavor to the cocoa. So I'm gonna add in, or to the tiramisu. So let me just grab something. And you know, we're really not scientific over here in this kitchen. It is just kind of what it is. I'm gonna put about that much in there, and then I am going to add a few dollops of hazelnut. I have hazelnut extract basically, and that's going to be going into the whipped cream situation. So we're gonna go turn this back on. Maybe I should just keep it on a lower setting. Is that better? I don't know if it's better, but maybe I'll turn it up so it can be over faster. So I'm gonna add more cocoa. And hope that the cocoa did not get too much on the chicken. We have cocoa dusted chicken, and you can see the dust in front of the camera too, which is kind of wild. Okay, so let me see if I can kind of, these did get really stiff peaks. Probably, is adding cocoa, like, does that do something? Or maybe it was the alcohol from the hazelnut. But I'm gonna take this cocoa and kind of like fold it in, because obviously while I was trying to add it while the mixer was mixing, it kind of gets on the edges. This doesn't have any sugar added. The condensed milk should be sweet enough, especially for my family. You know, they think a dessert is good when it's not too sweet. So we will hopefully be able to make enough. I think actually this might be too thick. Hold on, first let me use the back of the spoon to taste it. So I'm gonna add some more cream, because I think this will be hard to kind of spread in between the layers. And actually, I think I'm gonna add the cocoa to the coffee mix, because I think because there's kind of, oh, I need to use the mixer. Because there's not really sugar in this, the cocoa, I don't know the science, but it's not cocoa-y, so we will, in the future, put the cocoa in the coffee mix, because that definitely is something that you would be able to taste. Okay, so let me take these from here. Oh, hold on. Let's take a peek. Oh, these, bro. Actually, can you see those? These actually look deliciously, like, I thought they were gonna not brown or anything, but these look amazing. I have never made chicken patties before, but I might have to pick up this recipe in the future. Oop. Ooh. Okay, I'm like, is that gonna be an issue? So here is a plate, and let's see, how can we plate these? I don't have any tongs at the moment, so I will do my best. And let me actually flip one. Oops, well, not that one. Let me flip this one to see. Oh, they're beautiful on both sides. Okay, so this was about 12 minutes. 12 minutes in the air fryer. So I'm going to put the other ones in. I'll show you guys that in a second. But let me get these other patties in. Okay, that was fine. Do you think I could just flip this. It kind of worked. Let me adjust these real quick. But these patties, oh, turned out amazing. I'm not sure how loud everything is because I have my little baby mic set up. It's just a little easier to use that. But, oh man, these turned out great. Okay, so, oh yeah, I forgot. So, these are what the chicken patties turned out to be. They look amazing. I honestly didn't think that they were gonna turn out this nice. Originally, what the recipe I was going to use was was a chicken loaf. Like they made it into a chicken loaf. And I was like, I don't know, like, is that gonna cook in the middle, like, very well? I'm just gonna be eating these, so, you know, if I touch it with my fingers, it's whatever. But here, I'll put these up here for you to view in the corner, like say, ooh, ah, and then we'll put the graham cracker situation back there while we mix this up. So just mixing in a little bit more, and this looks like a lot better texture. That's crazy how quickly that became like stiff peaks, and I think maybe there's something, I don't know, I actually don't know, so I'm not gonna pretend like the science is something I can understand. Okay, so this cream honestly doesn't taste like anything, but it's like a nice, it goes in between the layers. So right now I'm just taking a spatula and adding it as a layer between the graham cracker and the next layer. So the graham crackers, I poured over the cocoa coffee mixture. Well, the first one was just coffee, but I added the cocoa. You'll see I'll have to mix it more. And now we're just adding a layer of, sorry, this is loud. We're adding a layer of whipped cream. And again, you can add like powdered sugar to your whipped cream if you would like, but I find like it's sweet enough with the condensed milk. So I don't add sugar here, but you know, do whatever you feel would be best for your taste buds. The tiramisu that I make ends up being like kind of like a coffee, more coffee heavy and less super sweet. But if you want like a really sweet treat, then definitely put a little sugar in your whipped cream. And then we will, okay, I may have lied. I think it would be crazy, right, to put the, pour over this, right? Like, oh, okay. And also, yeah, I had to kind of put the cocoa in here so it could be tasted. I'll probably need a whisk, probably, or a fork, but I'm gonna actually add more of the sweetened condensed. Let me look for a whisk real quick while this is being poured in. And, oh, whoa. Oh no, my condensed milk. It's okay. There's just a lot going on right now. Looking for a whisk. I think the whisks are potentially in a place that I cannot reach currently. So we're just gonna have to find a fork. Oh, I'm so happy though. Oh, I got a frother. I actually have a coffee frother, so that will be perfect. So I added a bunch more sweetened condensed milk. I'm gonna add more of my instant coffee. And again, there are recipes online if you would like to be more scientific about the process, but I am just playing it by ear and going based off of feels from, I don't know, experience cooking and things like that. But I'm gonna break up these chunks of cocoa. And if you really care, you can always use like a sieve to get the chunks out. But I find that it works out, like, in the end. Use a whisk, use a milk frother, whatever, and you'll be able to make it work. But this is like the sweet condensed milk, coffee, chocolate, cocoa mixture. There's obviously better ways to mix this together, but, you know, just do what works for you, and that's what I'm working on. Obviously, there's recipes that can explain better methods if you have access to the internet, you know. You can pretty much learn how to do anything now. So, you know, take that power and get going, man. But yeah, so I'm just gonna mix this until it is kind of free of the clumps on the sides and stuff, and then I will taste it again. Honestly, I'm gonna just be eating this with my family, so I'm gonna just, sorry, there's like a bunch of stuff on the floor that I dropped. I'm just gonna keep using the spoon that I was using for tasting, so, you know, it is what it is. And let me see, so let's taste it. I'm just checking, can I taste coffee? Can I taste sugar? Can I taste chocolate? I can. That's great. Amazing. I think I will just put the rest of this in here if I can. And ideally, you would want to put this in the fridge. So after you make your, is this? Oh, okay, I have another bag of graham crackers open. After you make your tiramisu from the graham crackers, you can kind of put it in the fridge and let it, I don't know, cool for, I would say like a couple hours or something. You could probably eat it right away, but I don't know, I feel like it just tastes better a little chilled. But yeah, right now I'm just soaking. Sorry, maybe I should move these. Maybe, okay, let me think. I'll move this off screen. And then I have my one layer of graham crackers that I'm going to be putting on. I'm just kind of like soaking the graham crackers, but yeah, look how good the chicken patties ended up being. So this is instant coffee with sweet condensed milk and cocoa, and it's actually really delicious. So definitely try it out because it's so easy to make. Tastes, I'm not gonna say it tastes just like tiramisu, but it does taste amazing for like the amount of effort you put in. I mean, you could like argue soaking the graham crackers, you know, takes time, it's a little annoying, but it's really not that serious, you know what I mean? So I have my first chunk of the layer, and the first layer I just, instead of soaking them, I just poured the mixture over. So yeah, I would say it's not too serious getting it super soaked. What I'll do is I'll kind of give them a couple rounds back and forth, and then I will pour over a little bit over the whole layer. But yeah, just graham cracker, instant coffee. You put, you know, the water to mix and put your sweetened condensed milk and your cocoa powder. I also put some hazelnut extract. You can use vanilla, you don't have to put anything, but if you want like a little extra and you have a specific flavor you like that you think would be good with coffee and chocolate, then definitely experiment, because this, I don't think there's many ways to do this wrong. It's just so simple, and you can just add so much to it that will, maybe like make it your own. But let me see, how big can this be? I think towards the bottom, it's a little harder to get the crackers in, so I have to like cut off some. But these will be easier to soak. Okay, 1 second. I gotta turn my other chicken patties. Let's see, where's the turner? But I'm really excited to try these chicken. Oh my gosh, these look beautiful. These look more beautiful than the last ones. I'm really excited because I really didn't think it was gonna turn out very good. When I first looked at them, they looked so pale. I was like, ugh, I mean, it might taste good, but it looks, here, let me show you. So this is what it looks like the first time you turn them. Like, there's like a little bit of color, but they're kind of unappetizing. So I was like, oh no, but they turned out really good for the other set. So I am thinking it will be perfect. And also, just as an aside, and that graham cracker is really soaked. Just as an aside, the, oh boy, I lost my train of thought. That's okay. As an aside, nothing. So we'll continue. These ones are easier. And you could break them in half, but honestly, like, I think I did that last time. Or obviously just get a bigger vessel for you to soak them all. And it's up to you how long you want to soak them. Again, they'll be kind of like sandwiched between other, let me put this in frame now. It will be sandwiched in between other liquidy layers. So I think you don't have to soak it don't think too hard about it, you know? And let me get just a little snubby piece. Oh, maybe I could use these. Maybe I'll just use these broken pieces that I almost was discarding. But these will just go on the ends. And again, it's not too serious. Like, it's looking like this so far. There's some open spaces, but once you cut into it, it's not a big deal. And I'm just gonna pour over the top. And so I think that will be good. So now, okay, I think maybe I wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit, and I wanna try one of these patties before I put on the graham cracker layer. Yeah, I'm covered in cocoa powder. Let's see, let me get a smaller plate. Ooh, I'm so excited. Please be cooked. Watch, I get food poisoning. And do I have a knife? That is a question. I have one of the drawers kind of blocked, so I guess I will just use a fork. So I'm gonna go for this thin one right here and see how dry it is. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to try it first. Let me see, let me just do that because it's a fork. So if you look on the inside, it's cooked. That's a good sign. I don't know how the color is on this to you. Is it better to, yeah, maybe like that? But it looks really good in real life. I don't know, like the color might not turn out that good on camera, but it looks delicious. I'm gonna take a bite. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited to try food because I cook a lot of the same foods and I know like what I make well, but I'm so like, I'm a little geeked. Oh my God. This is so easy to make. It is so, Oh, here's the other pieces. See these ones? They're a little lighter in color, but that might mean, because these are a little more plump, that might mean they will be, mine wasn't dry, but it was a little, like it was on the verge of being dry, which is good because I think I picked up the thinnest one. Okay, the bottom of these are freaking looking amazing. Amazing, bro. I don't even know. I don't talk like that normally, but bro, I'm so happy right now. Okay. This recipe is goated. Like, oh. Hold on. I had a piece fall on the floor and I just chicken with cocoa and coffee. Delish. Okay. You have to try the chicken patties, bro. Yeah, this is fine that it's kind of like, you know, mixing in. It is okay because all of this is flavor. So, you know, it doesn't really matter. And especially if you're just gonna be cooking for your friends or family and they're not like judging you hardcore, they will just be so happy with the taste that, I don't know, you will have a good time and they will be impressed. And you don't even have to tell them that they're graham crackers. But when you do, I bet they'll be shocked. They'll be like, what? What do you mean? You made a tiramisu with graham crackers? But it tastes so good. There's recipes online. Just look up graham cracker tiramisu. I haven't vetted most of the recipes, but they should be pretty simple. So, but oh my, this is freaking amazing. You know what I would love to have with this is like a dip, because it tastes really good, but I don't know. Sometimes, you know, like you want to have like a little decadent dip situation. It's good. The panko is also fine in it. And look how much cheese I used. I have so much cheese left. I could have used more, but it tastes great with just that. I'm dead. Oops, sorry. I like knocked you on the mic, but oh man, I'm so happy right now. Okay, so again, we got our graham cracker situation. Let me move this plate. I'll be eating this on and off. Let me just, do you guys, okay, I think it's just me. I have this thing where I really like to just cut, like yesterday at the wedding, I had steak. And I really just like to cut the meat I love to cut all my meat so that I can just keep eating it. Does anybody else do that? Is it just me? Let me know. Oh no. Do you think this would be good with just some ponzu? Oops. I'm like, which camera do I show? So maybe I'll just pour a little ponzu. Apparently, if you get pulled over after you have like, you know, a tablespoon of ponzu or whatever, you can, oh, here, perfect. So this is the garlic bowl that I had. Okay, maybe I should clean up my condensed milk spill, because I have a condensed milk spill over there, and I'm like, it's not taking up too much space, but, oh, should I shake this? I don't really know what ponzu is. Let's look at the bottom. Oh yeah, you want to shake this up. I don't know if you can tell, but like, there's a little bit of murkiness right there, and I bet if I shake it up, you know, like a Snapple, right? Even, oh yeah, look. If you look at the glass now, it's clear. So yeah, if you have ponzu, shake her up. But yeah, I heard if you have like a sip, like a shot, not that you would drink a shot of ponzu, but if you have like a, you know, a tablespoon of ponzu, a sip of it, you can be breathalyzed and it will come out on the breathalyzer as pretty much you were drinking. Not like you're drunk, but it comes out as alcohol, which makes sense, I guess. There's probably like, what, rice vinegar or something in there, which would be a little fermented, I would think. I don't know if I dipped that too much, but this is my little bite in ponzu. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay. I'm gonna have to make this for some people. I am so happy. Okay, first step. They call it mise en place. I don't know if that's even this, but just having a clean workstation. So as you're working, it's good to like clean along the way if you can. But I understand why, because this little spill was preventing me from using like this whole space. Okay, so we got a couple pieces right here. Oh, maybe I'll leave this for the ends. So we got this. We will, oops, dunk and bathe. Oh, I'm so excited. So I think what we do is we let this sit in the fridge. While it's sitting in the fridge, I will watch that Korean show with you. I will force you to watch a Korean show. And by force you to watch, I mean I'm going to watch it, and, you know, if people come on the stream, then they're going to watch it. But that will give this just like an hour to cool. And then I will show it to you, because it kind of needs time to set. Like, if you try to eat it right away, I would assume that the graham crackers have not like softened enough. And I think that it wouldn't be bad, but it would be like the texture would be a little different. And maybe that would be good, but just the way I've had it, it's always been like, it's like a cake. And I'll show you how the layers come out. Yeah, when you do this, and I don't know if I've been doing this right, try to keep, you know, the weird broken layers together so that when you cut through it, like most of the sides, it'll be like nice looking layers. So just giving our little bath to our buddy. Oh. I have a meeting coming up on Thursday, so maybe I will like make some of this or bring some of these to that meeting so people can. But yeah, there's some potlucks and things like that I go to, and I don't know, would you be disappointed? I normally make Thai curry, like Thai chicken curry. Okay, off topic, but yeah, someone just came in, so right now I'm just like bathing these graham crackers in, it's a instant coffee, cocoa, and sweetened condensed milk mixture. It might not sound like it would taste delicious, but it's actually really like decent for this dessert, and it's really easy to make, you know. If you use real coffee, I think it's a little too harsh of a flavor. Like you'd have to add a lot more stuff to it in order for it to work with a graham cracker. Like obviously this is not a 5-star Michelin meal, Michelin dessert, but yeah, everything is turning out really good right now. Oh no, this one might be too big to put on that side, we'll see. Oh yeah, we got to the point where we can put in a whole piece. Sweet. That's good because I wasn't paying attention. But if you look, we have our graham cracker layered up. You can't see the layers because there's like the whipped cream and the, you know, the drizzle of this on the sides. Let me just get a piece of graham that will fit here. I think the half will fit now. A little less. But we already made our chicken patties, which, oh my god, these are so freaking delicious. They're easy to make. All it was you buy ground chicken, put egg, put breadcrumbs. You can pick. I use panko, but in the recipe it said to use like, I don't know, whatever the other breadcrumbs are, Italian, I don't know, Parmesan cheese, and then basically the dip. I didn't have anything prepared, so I literally am just dipping it in this ponzu sauce with just like a little bit of garlic, like minced garlic, but it's so good. And I'm thinking, I was talking about bringing it to potlucks and stuff like that, but normally I bring Thai chicken curry, and I'm like, would they be disappointed? Because I feel like anybody could make this, but it's so good. And it would be easier to bring to a potluck because the Thai curry, you have to like bring in a whole situation. But this is amazing. Delish. This one I did not soak as much, but I think they all turn out pretty good. So you just can, like, once you have the soaked things, you can just do a little drizzle where you feel like, I want to make sure it's soft there for when it gets cut. And then what are we doing? So we need another layer of whipped cream. And I think I'm going to have to make more. So I'm going to make more loud sounds. So here is the graham cracker situation. We're going to need this guy. Ugh, the chicken patties are so good. I'm gonna have to make those for like Thanksgiving or something. Trying to get our family together for Thanksgiving. Because after COVID, we kind of just stopped meeting. So I think that would be good for like just any get-together meal. I'll just put this in here because it's gonna go in there anyways. Was there anything that needed to go in this? Honestly, I think not, because it doesn't really pick up the flavor. While nobody's here, I'm gonna put this on blast. Maybe make a mess. Maybe get some on the chicken. Probably doesn't help that I'm like banging it around. We don't need super stiff peaks. We just need it to be pretty, like, not like complete liquid, but we want it to be malleable enough to easily spread it. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. Yeah. This time I didn't put anything in it. So earlier I tried putting like hazelnut and like flavor and cocoa flavor in it. But this time I'm just, I just put the whipped cream in there and then I let it roll. Oh, I'm so excited to eat this. I've been eating like pretty, okay, it's like a mix. Because I've been seeing like hanging out with some coworkers and stuff, and there's not really that much to do besides go out for a meal with some people, right? Like it's not like a, oh, let's go do this hobby. It's usually, let's go eat this thing, right? So, but normally I've been just eating at home, really healthy meals, or just having my meal replacements. And the meal replacements have helped me a lot to not eat junk. It's like almost harder for me to eat junk food than it used to be. So, yeah. But I am pretty excited because I haven't made this in a long time. Last time I made this with 2 different types of graham cracker. There's like a, I don't know if it's like Middle Eastern or what, but they have like a cracker that it's kind of like a graham cracker, but it's a little thicker. And the flavor is more like, it's less sweet and a little more glutinous, I guess. I don't know, like a different way to explain it. But basically, I made 2 versions, and I found that the version, I thought the other one was going to taste better, but this one was just better, hands down. So I'm pretty happy about that because the other thing, it's like a little less, it's harder to get, right? Because you have to go to like a specialty store. Now I have one that's right by my house that sells that, but you know, if you're like trying to use a recipe or have people, you know, follow a recipe, then you definitely want the items to be accessible. Oh, also I got my phone verified on Twitch. So originally somebody else had my phone verified to their account, and they pretty much were like, you have to let your account use multiple sources for videos or whatever. And I was like, no, that's not my account. It was like some J Chubb or something like that. I don't know. It was definitely not me. So I got my phone verified. So I was thinking I was going to do live streams before, like IRL, but I couldn't. And then today I was thinking of doing it at the gun range, but I like looked it up and I guess that's against terms of service, which, you know, that's fine. Like, because you never know what's going to happen at a gun range, you know, like they obviously don't want to see anything crazy, especially if people aren't being safe. But I am interested in making like gun range videos or like gun safety videos. So maybe I'll just do that on YouTube. Because it is important to like know what you're doing or like know what you should do at the range. Not that you have to know everything before you go or something, but sometimes it makes you feel a little less nervous. So I may be doing that in the future. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just bathing this graham cracker, and then we're making layers. So this is our last layer that we'll do in this little pan here. So we are soaking our graham crackers. This is a coffee, cocoa, and sweetened condensed milk little mixture here. And since you were not here before, these are freaking amazing. These turned out so good. Chicken patties. I literally had never made them before, wasn't using a recipe, and I feel like as long as you season it with things you like, they turned out so good and they were so easy to make in the air fryer. So if you're looking for something really easy to make and you like chicken and you like, you know, like, I don't know, that would be good in a burger situation. It's like upscale, like, remember the school chicken patties where it had like the little breaded patty? It's like an upscale version of that, you know? It's really easy to make and super delicious. I would suggest if you can get like ponzu sauce. I didn't have a dip and I was like, I feel like it would be so much better with a dip. Then definitely, if you can get ponzu sauce from somewhere, you can just have it with that, like dip it in that, or even like I had some minced garlic in that bowl before, so I just mixed it in there and I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking amazing. But yeah, hopefully in the future the IRL streams will be popping. I wanted to box earlier, but due to just some family stuff, not like bad, it's just like literally there was family in town and they were catching their flight and they had to kind of like wait here before their flight went off. Yeah, the sides of this bowl do not bode well, right? Looks a little crazy, but you know, it is whatever, you know. But yeah, sometimes in the kitchen it's not as pretty as it is on TV, you know. I'm lucky that we have one of these. This is like one of the things I got for my cousin for her wedding. She had a request for like a bunch of these, like it was like a 6 to, I don't remember if it was like 6 or 10 of these, but I'm like, man, I love when they use these on cooking shows and they're just like, yeah, here's your, all the ingredients are separated and stuff. But most people don't cook like that, right? So we, okay, right here, I have a dilemma. Should I like fill in these? I think I did last time. I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm not doing it. You can't make me, and it'll still be delicious. So I'm just soaking this and getting it so they will absorb into the little baby holes. While that layer dissolves, okay, I have enough whipped cream. I'm gonna eat the rest of my little chicken patty and I cannot rave and rant enough. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move this ponzu sauce so it doesn't go in the coffee dip. But I think this is the first time I've like used ponzu sauce either. Man, I should use this stuff all the time. Even to just dip stuff in, this is like way better than soy sauce, bro. Like, can you just dip sushi in ponzu, right? Why haven't I been doing that all my life? Crazy. Okay. I'm gonna pack those up somehow while that graham cracker soaks. What do I want to use? Shall I put it in some Tupperware? I just have like the cheap Rubbermaid Tupperware. So I'll just put it in there. Oh my gosh. This stuff is, I'm sorry, the whole thing is just me saying, this is amazing, this is delicious, it's amazing, it's amazing. But what can I say? And it turned out really good. Okay, what is this? Okay. I wish I had like little tongs here, but I guess I will just kind of plop them in. Now, I don't know, like when you reheat them, they might become dry. So maybe like if you plan on reheating them, I don't know if it would be good to like, can you undercook them a little? Not like undercook. I'm sure they have gotten to temperature to have cooked because they're pretty thin, you see? And, excuse me. So I feel like they would have gotten to a good temperature like for the cook level a while ago, but I think maybe if you're gonna reheat them, put them, or cook them a little less. But yeah, definitely too, when you are eating meat, always let it rest before you like dive right into it. Because like when it's a high temperature, and I feel like this way for a lot of foods, always let your foods come to like a good temperature. And there's some foods have different temperatures that they need to come down to. But like I've had this issue with brownies a lot, you know, where you like are so excited to eat a pan of brownies. So you just like start digging in, right? Like not right out of the oven, but you like wait, and the brownies are still hot, right? The brownies are hot and you're eating them. And then you're kind of like, what the heck? Like, why are these brownies so sad? I think like, I don't know what the science is, but it has to come to like a good temperature, resting temperature for the flavors to become solidified. It's not even that. It's probably just because our bodies can't handle like, hey, what are you doing? Like, this is too hot for you to eat. Why couldn't you wait 10 more minutes to eat these brownies? Now it doesn't taste like anything, you know, but alas. Yeah, I don't know. This whole side is just whipped cream. Do you think I should put the last layer? It looks like I can put one more layer on actually. So I'm gonna put one more layer. And man, whoever eats this, it's gonna be like, you better take a small piece because this is gonna be so much. But yeah, so we're gonna make our last layer of the graham cracker. Here's our chicken patties that I have prepped to go in the fridge. They turned out amazing, really simple. If anybody wants to know what was in it, just ask me in the chat and I will let you know. But I basically was going off a chicken loaf video just because I wanted to use up my Parmesan cheese that I bought that I didn't end up using. And then this I am bathing, I don't know, I'm soaking, but I don't have a big enough dish. So I'm just kind of like basting this graham cracker in coffee. It's a coffee, chocolate, condensed milk concoction, I guess, syrup, I don't know. But basically, it's really nice with the graham cracker. I actually use, like, you can see the instant coffee, the milk and the cocoa, hopefully on the screen there. But it's so simple to make. If you were, you know, smarter, you could get a bigger, like, vessel, and you could just soak this a little bit on each side. Because you can already see, like here, it's soaked so much that it's starting to get soft. So you don't have to soak it that much. And then when you put it in here, you can drizzle on the top and then it will become soft as it rests in the fridge. So this is the last layer that I have. It's going to have to rest in the fridge. So after this goes in the fridge, I'm gonna put a show on for about an hour and we're gonna check it. I haven't tried to eat this after like 1 hour, but I figure I don't want to stay up too late. So just an hour show, and then I'll grab it from the fridge and we will see if it, you know, is good to eat after an hour or if it needs to rest longer. And you can see I'm like coming to the end of my sauce, which is perfect because otherwise what the heck would I do with all this? There's recipes online for this, but I kind of just played it by ear. The whipped cream too, I didn't put any extra sugar in it because like just, you know, the way my family, we eat dessert, they think if it's not too sweet, then it's a good dessert. They always say, that tasted good, not too sweet. So I think that's kind of like an Asian thing if I had to generalize, but you know, it's just because the things that they eat over there, it's more like, let's have fruit after dinner. And then some of their desserts, they're just nothing like we have over here. So by over here, I mean, I live in America. So some things are definitely really sweet, but you know, we have some awesome things too that Koreans, they just don't know about, you know? I'm so excited. I'm excited that the chicken patties turned out good, and the this I know is delicious, and it tastes like tiramisu, but it's like you can make it at home, and it's a little bit of a hassle if you consider like, okay, you gotta soak the crackers. What I'm doing is probably more of a hassle than what normal people would do. Just get a bigger pan to soak it in, you know? But you see what I'm put myself through? Like, I'm putting myself and you through the hassle of, it's lovingly basting the graham cracker, okay? And yeah, you don't have to do this for too long. You won't have to soak it for too long because it's also like sandwiched between some whipped cream here. And then, like again, I say the drizzle over top will pretty much take care of it. Okay, cool. And then this one, see if you were a normal person and used a vessel, look how fast that could be. So that's just there. Oh, and then I think I'll just leave that there. I'm not too pressed over making it perfect, you know. And I used just 2.5 or 2 and 2 graham crackers. So really you only need 1 box of graham crackers if you want to make this size. Obviously if you, I don't know, are trying to feed an army and you want to make a pan that's like way bigger, buy more graham cracker situation. So I'm just gonna final drizzle. Oh, so excited, dude. And let's see. So I will put it over there on that side. Maybe like let it drip down the edge there, because now I just have this left. Like what do I do with it, you know? I don't know. Should I not put it all in there? I'm going to. So just kind of let it do that. While this is soaking, I'm going to switch my, okay, maybe I'm going to clean up a little, but I'm also going to switch my little stream info because I will no longer be, here, let's just, I won't be doing the cooking anymore. So we're gonna be watching a little Korean show. The show has been off air for a while, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Like, it just means it's old. So, okay, so I'm going to, this needs to soak until I can put the last of the whipped cream. I need a little more, so I'm gonna put the rest of this in there. It's a lot of sweetened condensed milk. let me see. Maybe I'll put this in the fridge. So I'll get this ready to put in the fridge while I am waiting for that condensed milk to come out. Bro, today was a success, a raving success. Okay, and whatever's left, it can be thrown in the trash. Let's see, we'll just do that. And then I'm gonna put these in the fridge. I don't think, do you have to refrigerate ponzu sauce? Probably, right? Is there stuff that you guys don't refrigerate, even though it says, because my family doesn't refrigerate soy sauce, but it says you have to refrigerate it, right? Which is kind of a preservative in itself. Hold on. There's sleeping people up here. So I gotta put this away in the fridge quietly. I can't get it in there. One second. Oh, there's some space right here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we had a long night. Maybe I'll show you a video of my dad dancing at the wedding, but definitely was a little crazy. So they are fast asleep, and they normally go to bed pretty early, so this is not abnormal at all. Yay, the last whipped cream. So happy. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Is this good enough? It's a little wet. That's okay. I need to mix in this thicker stuff first anyways. So get this. Oh, that is all over my, oh, what's going on? Everything's falling apart. It's all over my pants. Interesting. Almost done. Woo! Didn't pick that up a little early. So this is last of the whipping cream that we need. Woo! And if it's a little wet, that's okay, because it will be refrigerated. And yeah, in terms of calories, I think it's a lot, right? Like, how many layers of whipping cream did we put in graham crackers? So perhaps if you're worried about your calorie count or diabetes, you know, if you are concerned about diabetes, I don't know, you can still have like the stevias and stuff, right? Because our bodies don't use like do the same stuff, react to it the same way, right? If that's the case, then I would say like you could definitely use some kind of whatever a sweetened condensed milk alternative is, and I'm sure it will turn out good too, just because, you know, it's a what do you want to call it? Got a little on the side here. Yeah, and I just poured the rest of that in, right? So it's just kind of in there, but as it chills in the fridge, it should be aight. So maybe I'll just do this. Just kind of seal it in there. Made it look a little messy, but it's okay because it is delicious. It's a delicious mess. And if you do this and you care, you could make like a design, kind of like coffee designs, just like some swirls or something. I'm just gonna get the frosting, the whipped cream off. Should I just wipe it on my pants since there's enough on there already? I won't, but let me get this condensed milk rag and wipe it all over my hands, huh? Hopefully I missed the condensed milk part. Holy cow. This cream is, bro, how'd it get all the way down? But I will change the stream information so it is accurate. I will put this in the fridge. So let me put it in the fridge so we can start the timer. So 7:54. Yeah, okay. So here's the tiramisu. Yeah, sorry, I was cleaning out. And then now there's cables everywhere because I had to kind of rearrange some stuff. Oh, did I get my hat in it? No, okay, cool. Okay, I'm so excited. This is a graham cracker tiramisu that we made earlier. It has, even though it doesn't sound like it would be great, instant coffee, cocoa, and condensed sugar. Let's see if I have something to just lightly cut it with. I think maybe I could cut it with this, because part of my things, and I'll cover it in cocoa after. Oh my gosh, it's so, I'm so excited. Okay, yeah. This always tastes so good. So we'll see if I can get, no, oops. Well, it's upside down, but I'll show you this is messy, but I'll show you the middle. And it looks like, if you want it to not be leaking, sorry. If you want it to not be leaking, you'll want to have it on a little cooler, and / don't, you know, pour all of it in there, but honestly, hey, it's gonna eventually get sopped up. So, yeah. So if you look, even though it's upside down, you can see like the layers, right, of graham cracker. And you can kind of see the layers here. If you let it cool a little longer, and you can freeze it too. So if you aren't gonna eat it very soon, then definitely freeze it, and it's still awesome. Hold on. Oh, so good. Sorry. It like flipped upside down because of what I was using to get it out. But this is like really good. Just the piece I had, because I was like, oh, it's like messy. Like I made it very messy now, but so I think you saw how I had to kind of press down into that to get it to break up a little. If you wait a little longer than an hour, it will be a lot more similar textures. But yeah, you can see the layers, hopefully, and like it's really good. It's so easy to make. It has like high coffee flavor. Honestly, I was saying before, you could add sugar to your whipped cream. You could. Don't. It is perfectly sweet on its own. So definitely, yeah, now I gotta adjust this one and get my cords in it. But definitely, like, I did not put any sugar in this. Yeah, that's too dark for you to see. But I didn't put any sugar. You know, it might not be as beautiful right now because it's not super set. I just left it in the fridge for an hour. But either put it in the fridge or freezer, however you want to eat it. Obviously, if it comes out of the freezer, it'll just be harder to cut. But if you're taking it somewhere, then you could like freeze it in the morning and then take it and like it can thaw. Like, so if you have like a meeting or something later in the afternoon and you take it in the morning, it would be perfect. It's just so easy to make. I can't. When my coworker told me about this, I was like, what? It's like literally like tastes like a lot of effort, like a cake, like tiramisu, but it's graham crackers. Yeah. If you're using a whole can of condensed milk, you could use less, for sure. But this is killer. It's so delicious. And I used the rest of the condensed milk in the whipped cream on the top. And I think that was a very good idea. The rest of the whipped cream, I didn't put any sugary stuff in it. I tried putting hazelnut like flavoring in it, but I mean, it didn't taste like anything. So if anything, you could put flavoring in the coffee mixture, but super, super good, super easy to make. So definitely check out a chicken patty recipe. Those ended up turning out super good. And check out a graham cracker tiramisu recipe. I could kind of like estimate a recipe if anybody really wants and comments. Like, I don't get many comments or whatever. I'll be posting this on YouTube and stuff. But if you ask me, I will answer you because I don't have much else, going on in terms of the content that I produce. It's just me doing it for fun, and if I can respond or answer you, I'm such a small streamer that I have the time to, and if it makes sense for me to, I will. But oh my gosh, so good. Definitely check it out. Try it for yourself. It is a winner chicken dinner. Now I'm gonna do something sad, and I'm gonna cover this because, sorry for the sounds. So if I could just put it in the fridge. I know you're supposed to cover stuff, but for the whipped cream part, I'm like, it's hard not to actually look at this. Let me cut this and show you. God. So I have this press and seal stuff, and actually, low key, not that much got smashed. So I guess if it gets put in there, and nothing gets on top of it, it's pretty good. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Yeah, if you're not gonna eat it for a while, I would say put it in, like, you could wait till it sets more, and then put it in freezer containers or something. You could like even portion them out, because like when it freezes, it's a little harder to cut. But this is pretty much it for today. Thank you so much if you watched this video, if you tuned in, if you have any questions or have any requests for, I really like making different foods. Air fryer stuff is a little easier for this setup, but depending, I could probably set up in the actual kitchen too. It just depends on the time and day. So anyways, thank you, and yeah, hopefully you have a really good day, have a good life, and definitely, I don't know, try to keep the positive vibes going, and yeah, I don't know, do something you enjoy, you know?